Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Anunta, the Crochet World, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please subscribe to my channel, like, share and comment on my videos. And today we are going to do this beautiful pattern for a basket or a bag. It's a multi-purpose bag or a basket, and I hope you're going to like this tutorial. So let's begin. So for this one, I have taken my 3.5 mm half hook, 3.5, and I've taken my 100% cotton yarn, and we're gonna make a magic circle now. So for the magic circle, just put your yarn around your fingers. Take your two fingers and just put your yarn around your two fingers like this, and here make an X like this, and just put the second strand of yarn at the back here. Now take your hook and insert your hook in this way, grab your yarn and simply turn your yarn in this way, and that's it. This is your magic circle. Now into this magic circle we are gonna have 12 half double crochets, and for that one we are gonna chain up 2 here. So 1 and 2, and this chain 2 will count as your first half double crochet. Now yarn over and insert your hook into this magic circle, grab your yarn over and pull your yarn through all your 3 loops, and that's your second half double crochet. So chain 2, and this is your second half double crochet, and another 10 half double crochets we're gonna make on this magic circle. So it's 3, 4, and my last one, the 12th half double crochet, and just pull your yarn and make your circle a little bit tight. And now to join the work here, to join the circle, yarn over and insert your hook into your second chain from the beginning. So it's 1 and 2, and insert your hook into that second chain from the beginning, grab your yarn and make a half double crochet here like this. So instead of joining my circle by making a slip stitch, I have directly made my this half double crochet here, and here you can put a stitch marker so that you will remember that this is the starting point of your second round. So for the round 1 we have made our 12 half double crochets, and for this round 2 this is our first half double crochet, and into this same stitch, our first stitch, yarn over and make another half double crochet here like this. Now into the second stitch we are going to do another 2 half double crochets, so yarn over and do another 2 half double crochets, and keep on doing 2 half double crochets into each stitch from the previous round, and by the end of this round we're going to have our 24 half double crochets. Remember, we are not gonna attach our work by making a slip stitch. We are gonna make our stitches in continuation, so we are not gonna break our chain here. So do not forget to put your stitch marker here, and this is my first stitch. So I've made 2 half double crochets into the first stitch, and then second stitch I've made another 2 half double crochets, and I'm gonna do 2 half double crochets into each stitch here, and I'm going to end up having my 24 half double crochets. And here it is, I've done my 23 stitches, and that's my last stitch. So my 24th stitch by the end of my this round number 2. Now just take out your stitch marker, and here yarn over and insert your hook into this stitch, grab your yarn and do 1 half double crochet here, and that's going to be a starting point of your round number 3. Insert your stitch marker, and into the next stitch we are going to do 2 half double crochets. So yarn over and insert your hook into this stitch and do your 2 half double crochets. So it's 1 and 2. Now into the next stitch, we're going to do only 1 half double crochet. So just yarn over and insert your hook into the next stitch. Grab your yarn and do 1 half double crochet. Now next stitch, we're going to do 2 half double crochets into that 1 stitch. So yarn over and do your 2 half double crochets here. Now again, into the next stitch, we're going to do 1 half double crochet and keep on doing this for this round. 1 half double crochet, then 2 half double crochet in 1 stitch, and by the end of your round you're going to have 36 stitches. So by the end of here we're going to have our 36 half double crochets, and I'm going to meet you at the end here. Okay, so I've done my 34 stitches in my this last stitch. I'm going to do my 2 more half double crochets here, so it's going to be 36, 35 and 36. So this is the end of my round number 3, and I'm just going to take out my this stitch marker, and into the next stitch I'm going to do 1 half double crochet, and that's going to be starting off my round number 4. So that's my 1 half double crochet, and I'm going to insert my stitch marker here. So that's my first stitch of my round number 4, and into the next stitch we're going to do another 1 half double crochet. So yarn over and do 1 more half double crochet. Now into the next stitch we are going to do 2 half double crochets. So yarn over and do 2 half double crochets here, 1 and 2. Now into the next 2 stitches we are going to do 1 half double crochet into the each stitch. So just do it. It's 1 and 1. And into the next stitch we're going to do 2 half double crochets into one stitch. So yarn over and do 2 half double crochet into the same stitch, and keep on doing it. So 1 half double crochet, 1 half double crochet, and then 2 half double crochets, 1 and then 2, and keep on repeating it. And by the end of this round, round number 4, you're going to have your 48 half double crochets, and I'm going to meet you at the end here. Now here we're going to remove our stitch marker and yarn over and insert your hook into that next stitch. Grab your yarn and do 1 half double crochet, and that's going to be our first stitch for round number 5. Insert your stitch marker again, and that's your first stitch, and into the next stitch we are going to do 1 half double crochet. Into the next stitch we're going to do 1 half double crochet, and into the next stitch we are going to do 2 half double crochets. And now we are going to repeat this pattern. So for the next 3 stitches, do 1 half double crochet into each stitch, and the 4th stitch we are going to do 2 half double crochets into that 1 stitch, and keep on repeating it. And by the end of this round, round number 5, we are going to have our 60 stitches, 60 half double crochets, and I'm going to meet you at the end here. And here it is. I've done my 58 stitches here, and I'm going to do my last 2 stitches. So it's going to be 59 and 60 for round number 5. Now for round number 6, take out your stitch marker, yarn over and insert your hook into your stitch, and make your 1 half double crochet here. Put your stitch marker again, and that's going to be your first stitch for round number 6. And here into the next stitch we're going to do 1 half double crochet. Into the next stitch we're going to do 1 half double crochet, and into the next stitch we're going to do 1 half double crochet. Now into the next stitch we're going to do 2 half double crochets. So it's 1 and 2, and keep on repeating it. So next 4 stitches you're going to do 1 half double crochet into each stitch, and then we're going to do 2 half double crochet into 1 stitch. So just do 1 half double crochet into each stitch for next 4 stitches. So it's going to be 1 2, 3, and 4, and into the next stitch 2 half double crochets into 1 stitch, and keep on repeating it for this round number 6. And by the end of this round number 6, we're gonna have our 72 stitches, and I'm gonna meet you at the end here. Okay, so here I've done my 70 stitches, and I'm gonna do my last 2 stitches for this round number 6. That's gonna be 71 and 72. And now I'm gonna take out my this stitch marker from here, and I'm gonna skip this stitch, my first stitch, and I'm gonna insert my hook into my second stitch here, grab your yarn, and make a slip stitch here, like this. And that's how I'm gonna finish up my this base. And as we have made our slip stitch here, we're gonna do 1 single crochet on each stitch now. And as we have made our this slip stitch here, we're going to insert our hook into this next stitch after that. So the stitch where you have made your slip stitch, do not work on it. Go to the next stitch, as this is the next stitch, and insert your hook into the back loop only. So we're going to have our single crochets back loop only. So insert your hook into the back loop, grab your yarn, yarn over, and pull your yarn through 2 loops, and that's going to be your first single crochet back loop only. Now put your stitch marker here, like this, and keep on doing 1 single crochet on each stitch, back loop only. So here again, into the next stitch, insert your hook into the back loop, grab your yarn, and do your single crochet. And keep on doing your 1 single crochet on each stitch, and we're going to end up having our 70 single crochets back loop only. So keep on doing this, and I'm going to meet you at the end of this round. Okay, I've done my 70 stitches here, and that's my slip stitch. So I'm not going to work on that slip stitch, and I will insert my hook into this, my first stitch, and this time I'm going to take both the loops. So take both the loops, grab your yarn, and make a slip stitch here, and that's how it looks, like this. Now we're going to start building up our pattern here. So for that one, this round of single crochet is my first round, and for the second round for this pattern we are gonna chain up 3 here. So it's 1, 2, and 3, like this. Now yarn over and insert your hook into your back stitch here. This is your back stitch. Instead of going into the front, we are going to insert our hook into this back stitch. Now remember, we have made our slip stitch here. So this is your last stitch, your last stitch, number 70. So just insert your hook into that stitch like this. Grab your yarn like this, and you're going to have 3 loops. Now yarn over and pull your yarn through 2 loops only. Yarn over and pull your yarn through 2 loops only, and that's your another double crochet. Now as we have worked on this stitch, you can see we have already worked on this stitch. We're going to skip this next stitch, and into the stitch after that, yarn over and make your double crochet here. 1 double crochet. Now the stitch we have skipped at the back, this one, we are going to do a back double crochet. So yarn over and insert your hook into that stitch at the back like this. Grab your yarn, and you're going to have 3 loops. Yarn over and pull your yarn through 2 loops. Yarn over and pull your yarn through 2 loops. Now again, as we have already worked on this stitch, we're going to skip this stitch and we're going to work on this stitch. So yarn over and do our double crochet on this stitch like this. Now yarn over and insert your hook into your back stitch, the stitch which we have skipped earlier. Insert your hook into that one, grab your yarn and do your back double crochet here. Now again, as we have worked on this stitch, skip the next stitch and into the next stitch do your 1 double crochet and yarn over and insert your hook into the stitch which we have skipped, the back one, and do your back double crochet. Again, skip the next stitch and into the next stitch do 1 double crochet and into the next stitch do back double crochet, the stitch we have skipped earlier, the back stitch. Again, next stitch we're going to skip the next stitch and here we're going to do 1 double crochet and the stitch we have skipped at the back we're going to do a back double crochet on that one. And keep on repeating it, keep on repeating this pattern, and by the end of this round we're going to have our 70 stitches and I'm going to meet you at the end here. Okay, so I've done my 68 stitches here, and as I've done my last stitch here, and this stitch has already been taken as we have done our back stitch. Now these 2 stitches left, yarn over and insert your hook into that stitch, and it's going to be my 69th. Yarn over and insert your hook into your back stitch and do your back double crochet, and that's my 70th stitch. So my 70 stitches are done, and now I'm going to insert my hook into my 3rd chain. Now remember, you will find it difficult to count your 3rd chain, but this is your 2nd double crochet, so this would be your 1st chain 3, 1st stitch, chain 3. So insert your hook into that stitch like this and grab your yarn and make a slip stitch here, and that's it. It is all done. Now chain of 1 here, and if you want to keep a stitch marker here, you can put a stitch marker here. So this chain 1 will count as your 1st double crochet, your 1st single crochet, and you're going to insert your hook into this next stitch here. So insert your hook into that next stitch, grab your yarn and do your single crochet here, and into the next stitch insert your hook, grab your yarn and do your another single crochet, and keep on doing 1 single crochet on each stitch, and by the end of this round you're going to have your 70 single crochets, and that's going to be our round number 3. And we're going to repeat this pattern now. So we're going to make this pattern and then 1 single crochet. So repeat your round number 1 and round number 2 until your round number 14. So keep on repeating your round number 1 and 2. Remember, round number 1 we have done back loop only, single crochets, back loop only, but after that from round number 3 we are not going to do back loop. This is the only row we have done our back loop only. Now onwards we are going to do a normal single crochets. So keep on doing your single crochets, and by the end of this round, round number 3, you're going to have your 70 single crochets, 1 single crochet on each stitch, and keep on repeating your pattern until your row number 14, and I'm going to meet you after row number 14. Okay, so after my 14th row or round, my work looks like this. Like this. And now for round number 15 we're going to do 1 single crochet on each stitch. So now just chain of 1 and have your stitch marker and insert your stitch marker here and finish your round number 15. Do 1 single crochet on each stitch. So you're going to end up having your 70 stitches. So it's chain 1 will count as my 1st single crochet, and I'm going to do 1 single crochet on each stitch from the previous round, and I'm going to meet you after that. Okay, so at the end of my round number 15, my 70th single crochet is here, and that's my first chain one. Now I'm gonna take out my this stitch marker and will insert my hook into my this first stitch, which was my chain one from the previous round, and we'll grab the yarn like this, and we'll make a single crochet here. So just yarn over and do your single crochet here. Now remember, to finish up this round, we haven't make a slip stitch here, but instead of making a slip stitch, we have made this single crochet here, and this will be our first stitch for our round number 16. And just insert your stitch marker here like this, and keep on doing one single crochet on each stitch from your previous round, and you're going to end up having your 70 single crochets, and we are going to do this until round number 18. So remember, we have just done round number 15, and this is my first stitch for round number 16, and then 17 and 18. So until round number 18, we are going to repeat one single crochet on each stitch, and after ending each round, instead of making a slip stitch, we will make our first single crochet, so that there will be no flaw in our design. Just what we have done here, we are gonna do here as well. So no slip stitches. First stitch will be your regular single crochet, and do it until round number 18, and I'll meet you after my round number 18. Okay, so after my round number 18, my work looks like this, and this is my 70th stitch, my last stitch of round number 18. Now for round number 19, just gonna take up this stitch marker, and we will insert our hook into this stitch, and we'll make one single crochet here for round number 19. Put your stitch marker back, as this is your first stitch from your round number 19. So put your stitch marker back and do another 14 single crochets on each stitch for the next 14 stitches. So altogether we need 15 stitches, 15 single crochets on each stitch from the previous round. So this is our first single crochet, and then again another 14 stitches. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15 here, like this. Now chain up 20 here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 18, 19, and 20. Chain up 20 like this. Now skip 20 stitches from the previous round. So just skip 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. And insert your hook into the next stitch, the 21st stitch. Insert your hook into that stitch, grab your yarn, and do one single crochet here. Like this. Now for the next 14 stitches, we are going to do one single crochet on each stitch, as we have already done one single crochet here. Next 14 stitches, so altogether we're going to have another 15 stitches. So one single crochet here, and then another 14 single crochet on next 14 stitches. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15, like this. Now again chain up 20 here. 1, 2, 3, 18, 19 and 20. Now skip 20 stitches from the previous round. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 and 20. So the 20th stitch is your last stitch from your round number 19, and we're going to insert our hook into our first stitch here. So take out this stitch marker and insert your hook into that same stitch. Grab your yarn, and that is going to be your first stitch of your round number 20. This is the end of your round number 19, and put the stitch marker back into that stitch. Although you're not gonna need the stitch marker, but just put it back. Now let's do one single crochet on each stitch for next 14 stitches. As we have already done one single crochet here, for next 14 stitches we are going to do one single crochet on each stitch. Again, I have done my 15 stitches here, my 15 stitches. Now here on this chain 20, we are going to do another 20 single crochets on this 20 chains. So as this is my 15th stitch, I'm going to do another 20 stitches here. 1, 2, 3. So this is my 20 stitches here. Now as we have worked on this stitch here, we're going to do our 15 stitches here. So do another 15 single crochets here. 1, 2, 3. Here it is. I've done my 15 stitches, and now on this chain 20 we are going to do 20 single crochets just as we have done here. So keep on repeating 20 single crochets here on this chain 20, and I'm going to meet you at the end here. Okay, so I've done my 20 single crochets here, and that's gonna finish up my round number 20. And I'm gonna take out the stitch marker here, and will insert my hook into this first stitch, and we'll make a single crochet here. Put your stitch marker back. And that's gonna be your round number 21. And keep on repeating your pattern until round number 23. So keep on doing your one single crochet on each stitch until your round number 23, and I'm going to meet you after your round number 23. Remember that we are doing round number 21 here. So do round number 22 and then round number 23, and I will meet you after my round number 23. And here it is after my round number 23. My work looks like this, and here I have done my 70th stitch here. That's my last stitch and that's my first stitch. And I'm going to take out the stitch marker, and will insert my hook into the second stitch. So skip this first stitch and insert your hook into that second stitch here. Grab your yarn and make a slip stitch here, like this. Now take out your hook and cut your yarn and secure your last stitch. Like this. And now let's put our loose ends inside this one and this one, and I'm going to meet you after that. And that's it. My work looks like this, and there is no flaw in the pattern, so it looks like this. And I hope you have liked my today's tutorial. If you have liked, please subscribe to my channel, like, share and comment my videos, and I will see you into the next video. Till then, bye.